Well, as Mark intimated here, it is an open primary. Democrats are allowed to vote in this one. Not too many states allow that. And my next guest isn't too keen on that and on how this could skew the vote. Drew McKissick is the South Carolina GOP chair. A lot of people are looking at him for something even bigger down the road. I'm going to discuss that in a second. But, Chairman, very good to have you. This rule, I guess, on the books is that Democrats can vote. Can you explain it to me? It's not quite that black and white?
Well, so South Carolina is, we call an open primary state currently. We grew up under election laws that were written when Democrats were the vast majority in South Carolina. Essentially, everybody was in the same party, so why register by party? And we've grown up, if you will, under those rules. And for a number of years, our party has had a plank in our platform calling for partisan voter registration. We passed a resolution about it again at our most recent state executive committee meeting less than 2 weeks ago. We actually have that question on our ballot this Saturday. Do you believe South Carolinians ought to have the right to be able to pick a political party when they register to vote? The legislature is still in session. We want that to send a loud and clear message to the legislature that we would like to be able to register by party here in South Carolina.
So, in the meantime, the polls are what the polls are, and I'm sure you're the bet, you don't have a final vote until you have a final vote. But even with this, allowance for Democrats to vote, or anyone to vote in open primary, Nikki Haley still trails by close to 30 points. I'm just wondering if any of this makes a difference then.
Well, so I will go out on a limb here and make a prediction for you. I think that tomorrow night, when you see the networks do exit polls and they've asked people self-identification questions and then they stratify who they voted for, who they didn't vote for, I'll go out on a limb and say that you might see a majority of self-identified Democrats do vote in this primary, probably supporting President Trump. And I say that by looking at where the growth has been for the Republican Party in South Carolina. Rural areas with conservative Democrats, conservative independents, who have over time begun at an increasing rate to support our candidates and our party. I think you're going to see more of that. That really began to pick up steam back in 15 and 16 when President Trump first ran. I think we're going to see more of that tomorrow. But Democrats who voted 2 weeks ago cannot vote in this primary by law. So those are off the table. And I'll point out that we early voted more people by this past Tuesday than Democrats had vote in their entire presidential primary. They had only 132,000 people turn out versus 540,000 4 years ago. We had 139,000 people early vote by just this past Tuesday night. So I'm looking for record turnout.
Some people think I'm talking to the next RNC co-chair for the whole shebang, for the whole country, not just what's going on in your beautiful state. Is that true?
Well, look, I support the party and I support our party's nominee. And, when it comes down to putting campaigns together, infusing the RNC with our nominee, I'm going to be on board with whatever makes sense for our party.
So if it's Lara Trump, the daughter-in-law of Donald Trump, some people wince at that and think, all right, that's a little too close to the family. How do you feel about that if it ends up being her?
Well, again, at the end of the day, what's good for the party? We need to put together a team that makes sure that we can win. And that's what this is all about, whether it's in the political department, whether it's how we get our message out, how we do our fundraising, our joint finance efforts, putting everybody in the best place where they can be to bring their talents to the table to make sure that we win. And that's what I'm all about.
All right, but what's to stop people from thinking she would do her father-in-law's bidding and anything to help him, maybe not the party? That might not be true, but would that concern you?
Look, again, I think the best thing for us to do is put everybody in the best position where they can serve. And the nominee certainly has opinions about that. The party certainly has opinions about that. And this is what happens in every single cycle, by the way. I'll point this out. Every time we have a presumptive nominee, the RNC and the campaigns begin to merge. And we've got different strengths and weaknesses in terms of fundraising, in terms of how we raise money, how we spend money, where we spend money, where we put our resources in the field.
But it doesn't seem like the party to me, sir. It seems like Donald Trump calling the shots there. That might be all well and good, and that is always in the mix. Rarely, though, this early. So people more or less saying whatever Donald Trump wants, he's going to get.
At the end of the day, you have a nominee, and the job is to go win. So we bring
Okay.
different opinions to the table. We arrive at a joint conclusion of how we can best do our job, which is win.
Well said. Very well said. Chairman, very good seeing you. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. I know it's going to be a busy day for you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
All right.